Before you adjourn into executive session, is there a place for public comment? I have one. Before you go into executive session.
Can you all Neal is 409.
Right now, I can tell you.
Sure.
Okay. I have a copy of the MMA manual about executive session, specifically paragraph E, and it's pretty clear. It says meetings between the municipality and its attorney to discuss the legal rights of the body pending or contemplated litigation, or settlement offers when premature public knowledge would clearly place the municipality at a substantial disadvantage, is a reason for executive session. And I'm informed by legal authorities that this doesn't fall under that. I just want to make that clear and public.
This authority disagrees.
I understand that.
Go into executive session to discuss its rights and responsibilities with its attorney at any time.
So a secret meeting will be held to discuss the public's right to know. It's just kind of ironic.
Executive session will be held to discuss.
And when do we hear what happened?
Of
And when will the general public be privy to what happens in that meeting?
I don't want to. If you have comments,
I'm asking you though.
You said you have some comments.
That was my comment.
Comments made.
Except at the end, I have the question. At what point will the public be apprised of what happened in that meeting?
Depending on the outcome of the meeting, one or more legislative documents may be presented to the Millinocket Town Council.
I couldn't hear the very end of that. Thank you, Mr. Bopane. I'll take that under advisement. But I didn't hear the very end.
What I said was, depending on the outcome of the meeting, one or more legislative documents may be on a future council agenda for consideration by the council. But until we have a meeting, we're just outside.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other comments?
Not that I can make publicly, no.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
I think I've been fair on that. Yes.
You have.
Thank you. The call this meeting to order. Roll call of the council, please.
Fifth.
He's working. He's excused.
Sear.
Here.
Vanya.
Here.
McLean.
Here.
Nelson.
Here.
Hall.
Here.
Olson.
Here. Thank you. Would someone read order number 158-2006, please?
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Paul.
Order number 158-2006, providing for executive session to meet with the town attorney to discuss issues related to the Federal Freedom of Information Act and Maine Right to Know law. It is ordered that the Millinocket Town Council enter into executive session to discuss with the town attorney issues related to the Federal Freedom of Information Act and the Maine Right to Know law concerning the council's legal rights and duties pertaining to same per 1 MRSA section 405 paragraph E.
Second.
Second. Can I make one statement? You're generally not subject to the Federal Freedom of Information Act. You're not a federal agency. There would be circumstances under which the federal grant funds and so forth were involved in a particular subject that might be relevant, but pretty much we're going to talk about the main law.
Entertain a motion to amend, please. Strike federal.
I move that we strike Federal Freedom of Information Act in the order. Second.
All those in favor of the amendment? All those opposed? 6-0, it does carry. All those in favor of the order number 1?
I'd like to discuss, David.
Please. Discussion by the council?
Yes, I don't have a problem discussing this in public. I don't see where it is executive session. There's nothing here that's secret.
I don't have any idea what we're discussing.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
Well, just the
I
way
know
the
now
order
it's
is
the
read.
Maine Right to Know law.
And it's public, that's a public document. And Dean's going to explain it to us, but he can explain it to the public as well.
Mr. Connell?
Either way, I put the executive order out there at the request of the chair. And
The idea was to address any concerns you might have. The town's attorney Dean is here to talk about his observations and interpretation of the right to know law. Totally up to you folks. I don't know what all Dean will cover in detail, so I don't know if it's executive session or not.
I guess I would view this as an extremely preliminary meeting at which time to inform the council of what I would consider relatively new issues and give them my opinion of those issues and get direction from them about any changes in policy that they may or may not consider appropriate. Should they decide that any changes are necessary, that would be the type of document that would show up on a future council agenda, be discussed in detail, in public, and be voted on. Okay. Certainly, as an attorney, I would much prefer to meet with my client in an executive session because we're going to be talking about opinions, we're going to be talking about options, we're going to be talking about the state of the law that may or may not be the state of the law. And I always do what my clients tell me to do. If you want to meet in public, we can do that. But I would prefer, I think this is certainly subject to executive session. That's pretty your judgment. If you want to discuss it publicly, you can discuss it publicly.
Other discussion?
Not having heard public, this is the public disadvantage. When we discuss things that we have right to be educated, and the public has right to be educated too. Not everybody knows the parameters of right to know law. We almost written down in text. It's good to have an attorney explain it. I think the public could use education.
Other comments? Ms. Paulson?
Mr. Chairman, I'm willing to go into executive session if we feel that once we're there, the context of the discussion isn't something that requires a privileged environment to come back out. Again, not knowing exactly what said issue, I'd rather make that judgment in executive session than public. Mr. Plant?
I was going to say a similar thing that is recommending the executive session. He knows better than I at this point what's our discussion, because I'm inclined to go into executive session. And as Mr. Polstein said, if we feel at some point that there is no need for it.
Other council comments?
I agree with that also, and in particular with the coming out of executive session. We're going to examine it as we go along, but I don't know enough about it right now to say one way or the other. I know it's an important issue for us.
Other council comments? Any public comments? Ma'am?
Being that it is a matter of something that the public should also know, I think it makes just as much sense to have it in public. To not do that is to leave the public guessing, which would leave more questions. So we send another FOI and it comes back because this or this or this. I think it makes much more sense, both in attorney's fees as well as your time, that we all are on the same page. I don't think you can discuss anything in there that changes the law. So, I mean, basically, my understanding of what's going to be discussed is Mr. Beaupain's going to give his opinion of how this council should follow, how the procedures this council should use to fulfill the law. There's nothing that I can see that leaves the town at a disadvantage, which is what the MMA talks about. That its executive session, when to be in public, would leave the municipality at a substantial disadvantage. And I don't see where discussing the right to know laws could possibly leave the council or the town at a disadvantage. If it's a matter of you don't want to get caught up in a lot of but and I think, then that's easily done by just stating at the beginning there will be no public comment. But I do believe that the public does have a right to know about the public's right to know.
All set?
Yep.
Any other public comment? Back to council. All those in favor of order number 158-2006?
This is the amendment.
The amendment, thank you.
The amendment as read and seconded? That would be 4. All those opposed? I'm voting on the amendment.
I thought
Yeah, that was 6-0. Excuse me.
I'm sorry, okay.
We are, all those in favor of order number 158-2006, please. As amended. All those opposed? 4 to 2, it does carry. We'll begin an executive session. Thank you.